Alright, well, a bit of a slow episode last time. Hopefully it won't be as slow this time around. Now, a question I'm asking myself here is, are these guys getting in trouble? The little miners basically in my empire that have yet to join my empire. I don't really care too much about the, the hostile ones, because, they're hostile to me, but whatever. It's the guys that basically aren't hostile that I really care about, so... I know that the corner I met the Eileen over here. Will they meet anyone else, and will they declare war on them as a thing? That's just the question. It's also possible to steal away my miners, but the corner are more likely to declare war than they are to steal away miners, so that's fine for them, I guess. Ugh. On Notebook, I was actually playing Birth of the Federation a little bit before playing this game, and the difference is a start between the two games, but whatever. Alright, so this is probably the episode where I'm gonna build some ships, I think. Specifically, gonna get some fabricators basically up over here in Mesbury, I think, to build them up with. And possibly here in Borkum, I might try building up some ships. These things right here I want to build. But we got burned through a few turns there basically to get to the stuff built I have going on right now, so we're just gonna get that out of the way I think first. My little scout's basically gonna scout out all this stuff over here, I guess. What's nice being allied to the corners, I'm able to access all the Heian territory because basically they're right next to each other, so nice thing about that right there.
We have a new technology.
There's that.
Terraforming has been completed.
So, on my way basically into those sniffy colony ships I'm basically after right now. Lock that up. Let's just see here. We're just gonna split between computer tech and my special here for increased weapon research and such and construction. I still have this little send a colony ship down here for these guys at some point, but whatever. He found Brane, so there's Brane. Shoot, it looks like the Sputniks can get up over here for some reason. He might be trying to get over to Leva and Brane over here, this guy here, so they might find the Levens very soon. We will see. Nope, by the way, because I'm at Wharf Brane, I don't know who to basically know. Something I throw out there. Apparently, Driss aren't hostile to the Omega Alliance or whatever.
Affirmative.
Put these guys right here.
Affirmative.
Perfect, this guy can colonize right here, I guess.
This system will be colonized.
Let's just grab that system right there. Or should I? We're at that point where it might be an idea to, wait till I get the better colony ships I'm about to get to, try and, show them off a little bit, so... I'm gonna hold off colonizing this system here. Perhaps. Excellent, we got ourselves another, like, drain mine over here, so... let's get that built up over here, so basically I have uranium, like, going through my empire and such. Build this up, build that up, build this up, build that up. Why not? Slowly gathering up over here, I guess. Now, that's something to watch out for. This guy's gonna have colony ships running around as well, so... I won't play around with this planet here. I'm gonna basically grab it as soon as I basically colonize this, like, or like grab access to like this planet here, I think. Will be the plan. Kinda like I did down here, is grab the planet with like the basic ships instead of like, waiting for like a more advanced one to pop around. I recall it being like, aliens around this area over here, so...
Affirmative.
Might be a bad idea going over to tab it with this guy, but whatever. I will do so anyways.
We have established contact with an alien culture.
One of the aliens that are basically under grass of the Heon.
Terraforming has been completed. External Affairs has a message for us.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
Actually, I think these are all like, Myers right here, so... There's a few Myers basically in the grass of the Heon over here.
Affirmative.
Alright, well that's worth knowing. These guys basically have like their fleet right there, the Heon, so... He might blow up the ship I'm about to send down there, we'll see. Oh, these guys basically grab, me in the same fleet right here.
Affirmative.
Wormhole right there, apparently.
Affirmative.
Now, I guess all my colony ships have basically gone where they're supposed to go. I haven't really, like, been checking, but whatever.
This system will be colonized. Select a planet for terraforming.
Technically, I could probably, like, or, like, terraform a bit more over here, but, we're just gonna basically like, grab the system, when I can here. So Kai can just build up his basic stuff over here, I think. Not so worried about the system being attacked anymore, which is like, kind of a drag, because I've basically built all this lovely stuff basically to show off like warp and stuff like that, but whatever. Let's get this stuff going over here, I guess, for now. Alright, so, now a note by the way, for the most part, I generally go for like, basic non-aggression with the rough area to start a network, because I basically want to keep people out to my, like, my sectors and such. The Mega Alliance doesn't really have, like, a whole lot of, like, contact with, like, a lot of Mars basically in my area right here, so... I'm tempted to basically grant this, like, request for, like, trading with this guy. So we'll accept that. Get some information about his, like, empire that way. But we're almost up to, like, construction text of 6, so that'll be a thing.
We claim this system in the name of the Rotharian Star Network.
We have a new technology.
And there's access to my new colony ship, the, This is a colony ship, by the way, has short range, so it can only be used within your borders, but, it's very powerful to, like, use to colonize stuff if you really want to get it early on. And that's my level 2, like, transfer ships with, like, 2 movement as opposed to 1. It reminds me I said get 2.
We have established contact with an alien culture.
There's the Zetarians.
Terraforming has been completed.
And good, they didn't actually blow up my my colony ship, the Heian there, so that's nice.
Select a planet for terraforming. Select a planet for terraforming.
I'm just gonna colonize this ocean planet, I think, early on, just to try and, like, get a foothold in this system, so, we don't have to worry about, like, the Heian kick me out from now. That'll be the plan, at least. And by the way, we're just gonna, like, throw everything in here for now, just to boost this up by quite a bit. I'll actually drop this down to, like, 60% I think for now. Get to work basically on this stuff over here, get a little up to level 6.
This system will be colonized.
Alright, well, let's see if we can grab this system before the Mega Alliance basically grabs it, so that'll be the plan right there.
Affirmative.
Oh, I can go down here now with this guy, so might as well. Now here's a question, do I only have the 2 scout ships at this point? So by the way, like, sort for, like, your militaries and, like, this, like, Empire screen. You go to Empire and you go to, like, military down here, you can, like, go for your ships and see, like, what you basically have, and I only have 2 scouts apparently running around at this point, so interesting. I have 3 outposts, a bunch of heavy cruisers, destroyers, colony ships, battleships. Nice way, basically, a nice breakdown, like, where your ships basically are and what's happening with them. New colony over here, so let's basically, build it up, standard-wise, so... Gonna basically have, like, 6s of, like, this stuff here. That's really all I have to do at this point, by the way, because, we already have the team basically flooding out the rest of our empire.
Affirmative.
You know what, we're just gonna move everyone here to, like, this outpost right here, I think.
Affirmative.
Let's build this basically up right here. You know what? I should probably turn the manager on for this guy at least, though. So let's turn this basically right here. Enable this. Get that done in 2 turns. Might as well just build this basically up over here. Pretty much at this point, it's like, upgrading the stuff for the sake of upgrading it, but whatever, that's fine. It's gonna take me a couple turns to build this, like, gravitational turbine over here for some reason, but whatever. Whatever, this is causing me to take 2 turns for some reason for this stuff, okay. Alright, let's see if I basically grab the system down here.
We claim this system in the name of the Rotharian Star Network.
We have established contact with an alien culture. External Affairs has a message for us.
Alright, so I got friendship proof that if the Heons are no longer able to, like, you know, attack my ships for now. With that in mind, I'm actually tempted to have this guy, like, you know, terraform, like, you know,
for terraforming.
one of the airplanes over here, but we'll keep terraforming this ocean one here for now, I guess. I generally like to terraform always plans that has titanium on it, but, you know, we're basically, like, you know, distilling into the game, we don't really care about titanium, so just grab this first plan and, like, you know, sell it basically, like, you know, get a hold on it.
Affirmative.
Is the plan really? Great, I grabbed this system before, like, this guy had a chance to grab anything, so hooray. And again, just grab, like, you know, a couple of these, a couple of those. Apparently this wasn't on, so it's going to turn on now. It's nice being able to look around and, like, see stuff around you, because, you know, intel, it's important. Alright, well, apparently this guy's able to get his ships basically up to Akatai around here, so... They've yet to meet the live-ins, but, you know, they could possibly do so at any given time. You know, I really should get to work basically building up, like, you know, one of the, like, you know, things I basically need, the colony ships. No bother, just, like, you know, this, like, extra, like, you know, this colony ship basically is, like, a little bit cheaper to build, so it's, like, you know, territorial one, but, you know, it is actually still the better ship, technically, if you build it. And we are going to build this base right now, I think, so... Nice, we can build this base in 2 turns, might as well get it done. Get a little food in there. I'm probably going to do some more house cleaning for my, like, you know, my stuff at some point, my like, you know, systems and such, but for now we're just going to focus on this, like, you know, upgrading and, like, leaving it alone for now, I guess.
Affirmative.
Are you not moving? I can't really tell. You know, it's worth noting I can actually trade with people right now to, like, you know, bolster up my trade, so why not? Anyway, it's lacking a trade route, we're just going to drop him down to Mega Alpha over here, I think. So let's quickly, like, run for my stuff. Grab all the systems I can from him. A few trade routes, I'm not quite happy with that, because, you know, extra money.
Our scientists have completed a research. Terraforming has been completed. External Affairs has a message for us.
I'm okay with this. Let's get a friendship agreement with this guy. Now, I probably know about with, like, you know, trade. I'm not actually getting any information about, like, who this guy's basically met, the Mega Alliance, but once we have friendship with him, we'll be able to find out if he's basically, like, met the humans, or the Katerans, or the Heon, or the, like, Korn. All of the good stuff. Basically, if you have friendship with you, you can basically see who these guys are allied with, and, like, you know, who they're, like, enemies with, and stuff like that. Not aggression, like, you know, just simple trade. You just basically have, like, you know, nothing, so to speak, with, like, you know, information and such. So good stuff to learn. There, we'll accept that.
This system will be colonized.
We're just gonna grab Tablet before anyone else gets around here, I think. Nice. Corcus is basically done his terraforming over here, so... Hooray.
Select a planet for terraforming.
That guy can basically, you know, colonize this a little bit, I think, this guy, and then we'll, like, you know, colonize that planet, but whatever.
Affirmative.
Move this guy down here, I think, for a little bit. We increased our weapon research, by the way. And I'll note, by the way, this is a very, like, you know, interesting thing with general starship technology. I'll note that for the Rotarians, they're actually one of the few, like, you know, factions that actually benefit from increased, like, you know, range, because they have a lot of short-range ships, like their Colony ship and, like, you know, their Archon. I don't really, like, you know, think it's, like, the best thing to, like, you know, invest in, but for the Rotarians, it's actually, like, worth considering, at least early on. Though, I'll probably still skip it to go for something else, like, you know, ship production cost is, like, you know, usually the best thing to get with, like, their N1, so we'll get this. Also, increased speed is pretty good here, but whatever. We're just gonna get that for now, I think. We're gonna be building up our ship soon, so I'm actually gonna, like, you know, boost up, like, this up by a lot, I think, to get access to it, so we'll just do that right now. Orcus just built this stuff up for yourself. I'm gonna build a few more assembly yards, I think, over here for this guy, so... Let's get those going right there. Then let's build that up for him, because he needs to have his, you know, thing built at some point. And nice, we have the offset, like, you know, duranium, you know, for, things over here now, so... We have access to this, basically everyone's got access to this as duranium, so hooray. Let's build up now, I think, and then we'll build this basically up. Should probably aim to get this up at some point, so... We'll build a few more of these assembly yards here for this guy, and then we'll build it up. Like so. Alright, next time I should get, like, the colony ship from the Vorcom over here, so I'll be able to show off what it's all about.
We claim this system in the name of the Rotharian Star Network.
Here's Tablet under my control. Friendship agreement with the Mega Alliance. This system is under our control over here. There we go, let's build those basically up. So I'll send this guy basically up to here to, like, you know, colonize it before, like, anyone else basically gets there. I really should be building a shipyard here, I guess, at this point, so I can basically build ships a little faster, so... let's spend a turn basically building that for now. I'm gonna build up the laboratories here, I think, so let's just get this out of the way. I guess over here in Giant Fire, I want to basically build up some more, like, you know, intel centers, so we'll do that. I can almost respawn to Mega Alpha over here, but, you know, not quite.
Affirmative.
We'll send this guy basically up like that, I think.
Affirmative.
Actually, I haven't met these guys yet, so let's go meet them, I guess, first. You know, at this point, it's really decide if I just want to, like, you know, be brought perhaps something like these guys basically into my empire if I want to or not. It is possible to bribe the Brane basically into your empire, so let's just try and show it off a little bit, just like bribe, like, you know, always hustle, like, you know, Myers basically into my empire. He'll offer out this guy membership at this point, see if he wants to join me or not. Same to you. Might be a little early off this guy cooperation, but let's see if I can grab him for a little bit of money. I got excess money at this point because of all the trade I'm doing now, so, you know, just use it to get more powerful, so to speak, if I can. Apparently Arch isn't doing anything over here, so let's go fix that. A little space dock as I can, because why not? And this guy can build more intel centers, I guess, at this point. There's a little money basically going over to those guys. Now, I'm not by, like, you know, spending lots of money, like, you know, trying to get these miners basically into your, like, your empire. This is like something I'll obviously do late game, if at all. Usually it's better to wipe these guys out with, like, you know, firepower, but, you know, we're just gonna basically give this guy a little bit of, like, money, basically try and get him into my, like, your thing here, because, you know, he does have some nice stuff here, for example. Ships and, like, you know, weapons research, basically. Let's get that going right here. We'll get this going right here. Build that right there, I guess. Put all this stuff here, I guess, right now. Upgrade the Imperial shipyard over here. I believe this is my, like, titanium sector, so let's get to work upgrading titanium, I guess, for now. Actually, you know what? We really should do at this point is build up more, like, you know, fabricators so this guy can build up this thing faster, so let's do it like that first. Build that right there, build this right here. This would be a good thing to get right now for your extra trade routes at this point, so and let's see over here, I guess we're gonna build up a semi-yard. Build these up. Then work on that. Complete a plan. Why not more food?
We have established contact with an alien culture.
There's the Kanavik. As always, they're hostile to me, like, you know, everyone else except for the Karen, I guess.
External Affairs has a message for us.
Hey, we got someone to be a member of us, so hooray! That's done. These guys are just gonna gift some money, I guess, to try and like get them to join me, I guess, here, so... Let's give him a gift of titanium and, like, you know, and, like, credits right here for this guy. These guys join me, so they're not in my, like, sphere of influence at least, so don't worry about them being, like, you know, approached by other, like, powers at this point. I kind of wish that their founders were a little bit more, like, desirable, but whatever. We can just, like, you know, buy them, I guess, for now. Yeah, note that with the Brane here, even though I'm giving, like, him 5,000, like, you know, credits each turn, it's gonna take a while for this guy to go up in, like, his, like, you know, like this on me because of the fact that he's, like, you know, low crop ability. Well, let's keep at it and eventually, like, join me a little bit more, I guess, and stuff like that, so I'll be fine. Let's just upgrade this stuff right here, I guess. The part of the game where I'm at right now, just upgrade everything and, like, you know, go from there, so to speak. Nice, I can build the little Type 3 Imperial shipyard over here now if I want to. I'll probably do this so I can build like some of these like, ships basically like, you know, faster, but whatever. For now, let's just focusing on getting some of these colony ships basically out of the way right here, so... I'll note that between like the two colony ships that I have access to right now, the key difference between like these two colony ships is that this one, like, you know, the first one I basically got access to at like, you know, Tech 5, it basically just gives me like, you know, medium range, so I basically can go out farther than like, you know, this one right here, the like, you know, Nutrix. Short range is very important because this guy can like, you know, cost a lot better than like this like, you know, ship here, but he can actually reach the planets that are farther out, so... for example, this is currently outside my radius like, to reach because it's basically like, you know, inside like a like, you know, medium range like area. And so is Volmar technically as well, even though it's a minor planet over here. And like this system here. I need like, you know, the previous like, you know, colony ships to get to some of the places out here. And like, you know, I'll basically use like the short range one to like, you know, work on planets that basically have like, you know, already basically like, got like, you know, planets that need to be colonized basically right now, I guess, is the thing. You know, it's possible I can actually trade this guy here, so let's do that right now. I think I'm trading with all the current worlds, just doing a quick check here. Just a couple of Heon worlds up here apparently, so let's grab them now, I guess. Yeah, over here was going to build up a bunch of, like, you know, colony ships, I think, right now. So let's do, right, you know, get it out of the way. Might as well put it like that for now. Alright, excellent. So Borkum basically over here is built up. It's like, you know, director from like, you know, stockpile, so that'd be great. I'm actually gonna turn off the manager here for now for this guy. And wow, this guy's got 12 organic replicators, so he doesn't need a single one basically to feed his population. Neat. He produces all he needs just from like this thing right here and this thing right here apparently. We're just gonna drop that there for now. Alright, so in a Borkum over here, I just want this guy to like build up like some like these like cruisers here, I think. But before we basically jump into that, I just want to like go over like ship overview and stuff like that. So we're just gonna quickly go through my other stuff right here, I think, right now. So M&R, you can just build up a space dock so that people can basically get to, I guess, and build this stuff.
Affirmative.
I can go over there. We're still going up to the wall up here, so that's fine. Just keep going up that way. And I think we are good to go. So it's been a while since I've been in ship design here, but again, with feeling like a ship design, you basically want to like customize these like ships basically to like fit wherever you basically want to do. And note by the way as well, I actually have access to like some of the modern ships now if I want to build them as well. So there's like the Sev React, that's basically the like the Sever is basically the destroyer here. Some of the automated like ships basically over here is like from the Zyborg. You can build these if I want to as well. I don't really care about my ships, but they're basically there if I obviously want them to like be built and stuff like that. Alright, so going from my other stuff here, by the way, you'll note that basically like all these colony ships, they have like shields basically up on a lot of stuff here. So if I want to basically like lower the industry cost, I always like can like boost these up or boost them down and stuff like that. Same of this guy here as well, by the way. So actually, thinking about it right now, I should probably go in here like adjust this first before I can build any of these ships here. So let's just do that right now. Now, I'll note by the way, like I could if I want to basically change this to like these like guys, like these like colony ships. They have like the weaker hulls or like better shields and stuff like that. I'm gonna have this guy basically have better shields at this point because I don't want my colony ships getting blown up by like weapon fire and such like that if possible. Basically, I got the time, the industry basically for like building better ships here at this point, so why not? Like you can see, like right now, I can build this in one turn anyways. So there we go. 5 like fully shielded like colony ships basically coming out of the gate soon. All right, so then everything else over here. Now, note that I basically have access to like new fighters basically that I've like researched. The crappy like destroyer and like cruiser basically start off with later down the road. This brand new is packing like beast of the cruiser right here with like speed of 3, very powerful weapons and stuff like that. All right, so going through all these ships, if I basically want to, I can actually like upgrade all these guys' weapons and stuff like that. I can basically go through this guy, like upgrade his disruptor banks like that. I can upgrade his like torpedoes to be a little bit better and stuff like that. Simple stuff like that if I basically want to. Same thing with my scout here if I always want to make his side better as well. I can like upgrade his like weapons and make it like if the scout gets into combat, you can basically like do some stuff. But for now, it's just like drop his torpedo down by like 1 yard here. It's perfectly with like this like scout here, by the way. You basically want to like design these ships based on like whatever role they're basically going to be playing. So if I basically give this guy basically weak weapons, he's not very good for like combat, but he can like be very cheap to build. Like just be like a stationary scout to use like look around for stuff. Though it doesn't really like hurt basically upgrades like disrupt remains by a little bit for industry, so why not? Let's do so. I can also increase this guy's like hull armor to be like double hull armor, which basically do stuff to him. Basically, if I like increase this guy's hull armor and stuff like that, it'll basically kill his maneuverability, but it'll basically give him like more armor basically to like withstand hits. And of course, double the titanium cost as well as that, but more integrity is basically always good. Basically, want to prevent these guys from being like blown apart and stuff like that. For a cheap scout, I don't really care about him being like double hull armor and stuff like that, but it's good for what it is right now, I guess. Now, it's worth noting, I want to be very careful of like how you basically upgrade these ships. On note their fairness, they're actually kind of different from like the other like factions, because if you basically upgrade their like their torpedoes to positive torpedo 2, they actually take the turn basically build these like these like torpedoes. So you want to be very careful about like using the term of like their weapons here, the variants. I'm basically gonna keep it at positive torpedo 1 because I don't want to use the deterrent if I can like help it. So You know, if I basically place in the future, we'll just build like, you know, as is with like, you know, cheap titanium hull, some weapons we basically wants to attack stuff with, better shields, but you know, not much better, more than that, I guess, for the most part. I probably won't build the R-Acon, but you know, if I want to, I probably like, you want to boost up his like, you know, weapons and stuff like that. Nope, I can click on the weapon up here to get like, you know, 2 steps of weapons like to upgrade if you want to. So, well, upgrade both is like disruptor units be like, you know, type 10. Same with the torpedoes. Apparently, it's got like, you know, 3 torpedo sets basically here. So, I could do that. Basically, costs a lot of turn base to upgrade those things, but I could. By the way, you can also upgrade these guys' launchers as well. So you can basically have like better launchers on these guys, so they can like, you know, do more damage. I'm not probably hover over, basically see like what the like, you know, different like things do. So currently it's got an S2 torpedo tube. It's basically got plasma torpedo tube. It's basically upgrading it. It's got an accuracy of 50%, torpedo tube orientation of like 3%, maximum firing angle of 80%. If I drop this down to 70, basically you can see like, you know, it changes on everything else a little bit there. So like, you know, its maximum firing is like, you know, 7% as opposed to like the 8% before. Though for the most part, it's basically like all really it changes there. So like clicking, you see that it's adjusting its like, you know, maximum firing is all it obviously does. I probably won't build the Acorn, but if I did, I'd probably like, you know, upgrades like, you know, hull be like a different like type of a metal. No problem if you change this to like, you know, duranium or like, you know, iridium. It'll basically boost up this guy's like, you know, integrity by a lot more. So with like, you know, double titanium hull, this guy has like 1200 like, you know, hit points. With duranium, he's basically got like, you know, 1/3 more than that, and like, you know, with iridium, he's got double the HP. So very powerful stuff there. I probably won't worry about like building these guys in the future because like, you know, there's, you know, I only care about like, you know, short range vessels in this game, and that's something I like watch out for. Like, you know, if these guys are range short, then you can't go as like, you know, far like out from your borders. So I would prefer to have like, you know, something that basically goes like, you know, medium or long range like these guys here. So I consider this to be like a ship that's ignored for the most part. Just when you do transports, by the way, these guys have a speed of 2. They got range of medium, so very nice. That's my old like your. Interesting. So I'll note that the friends also have access to a second transport ship that has like, you know, short range. So that's something I basically watch out for these guys, I guess. So note that this like transport right here, it basically is like, you know, less upkeep than like this one right here, and it's got like the same speed and a little bit like, you know, more space. But because it's got that short range, I can't go like that far outside my borders. So if I was basically build this like, you know, short range transport, it wouldn't be able to go like, you know, past this green line here. And you know, I can go pretty far with it, I guess, like, you know, to some of these sectors. But unless I basically have like help from like the core here, for example, I wouldn't be able to go like, you know, into like this field area with him, for example, or over here until like the space docks are built from these like sectors. So there's like, you know, an advanced like transport basically you can use like, guess like, you know, build up like your like outposts and stuff like that if you basically want to. Probably just be like the one basically go over here like this guy right here, but whatever. There's my old destroyers, by the way. If I want to, I'm going to basically upgrade these guys' weapons to be a little bit better. Upgrade them to have like the better torpedoes if I want to. Upgrade the launchers. Brane hull if I just want to have it. Better shields. Now, a note by the way, I generally don't like the Veemers for like, you know, a destroyer type because they basically have very low sensor range. I'll note the scare range is very important for like, you know, seeing stuff around your like vessels. So any like, you know, vessel that has like scare range 0, like, you know, your colony ships usually, they basically like, you know, are open targets basically to having stuff basically like, you know, find them and like blow them up if like, you know, you can't really see around them. This is opposed to like, you know, say like just like cruiser here, for example, it has like a scare range of at least 1. Or like, you know, my scout, but basically will have like, you know, okay, we don't have better scare range yet, but you know, eventually gonna have like, you know, better scare range on some of my vessels, and those guys will be able to like, you know, essentially see a little bit better for themselves. So I'm not the destroyer, by the way. This is like a ship you might want to build basically in your like, you know, your playthrough if like, you know, you need an early vessel, but if possible, I'd rather avoid it and like get like these guys down here, the Phiorium. So here's a new type of ship I can basically build right here. It comes like, you know, pre-upgraded like a lot of stuff. I guess like, you know, change the armor here for a little bit, but it's like, you know, the only thing I really need to change. And I can kill this like maneuverability if I want to as well, but you know, I guess it doesn't really matter. You know, make it a little bit more beefy, make it like take hits and stuff like that. All right, so I basically want to build a bunch of these Phioriums, I guess. And the reason I basically want to build these guys is not just for like, you know, the fact they have a scale range of 1 or got medium range. They're also pretty fast, these ships, and they have like good firepower and like, you know, HP and like shields and stuff like that compared to like everything else I basically can build. Like I basically like, you know, basically up to the excuse me, can beat this guy right here. Basically, here's like a, you know, an AR car, basically like, you know, upgrade to be like, you know, similar to this guy. This guy still has like, you know, 4,000 like, you know, 400 like, you know, shield capacity as well as like, you know, 1620 like, you know, hull. And this guy basically has like, a little bit better hull than him, but you know, he's got far less shields. And basically look at like the weapons there as well. This guy like, you know, one less like, you know, plasma tube there and stuff like that, but a lot more beam weaponry on this guy as well. So I think this guy's gonna be a lot better to build like, you know, down the road, and it's also like, you know, got the command perk as well. So build these and like, you know, can you command like airships around him as well? So very good ship based build, I think, this guy right here. All right, so I'll note that with like, you know, these like ships that take like deuterium and stuff like that, you want to be very careful, like, you know, like buying these ships because they'll like, you know, really kill your deuterium supply and stuff like that. So I'll make sure Nox Base is gonna be building up this like, you know, stuff as like, you know, much as possible when I get around to it with like, you know, these things, you know, to pump up more deuterium and such. And note, by the way, the reason I basically like, you know, threw like the production in here into deuterium because we're gonna be like, you know, using up by a lot here. So let's start buying some of these like cruisers basically, like, you know, to defend myself with. Boom. That'll be the plan basically. Build a whole bunch of like, you know, fast like, you know, cruisers basically over here. Possibly up like, you know, battle station over here at some point as well. Alright, I think I'm good to go, so
We have established contact with an alien culture.
there's the Woolens for the Mega Alliance over here.
Terraforming has been completed. External Affairs has a message for us.
And apparently we got ourselves a gift of crest from the Coalition of Planets over here for some reason, so okay. Wow, I was gonna give this guy a little bit of like, you know, dream as well, I think. And yeah, note that I'm still giving this guy money, but you know, it's taking forever to get this like bar basically up at all with this guy, so it takes a while of them, you know.
Select a planet for terraforming.
Let's terraform there a little bit. Alright, so the communications grid basically online over here in Zyborg. Let's just build up all the stuff over here, I think, for this guy for now. Actually, you know what? Let's just go over here to Zyborg. We're going to split up a few more, like, you know, assembly yards, I think, for this guy. So let's do that. Then we'll do this. Then we'll do that. Actually, let's do this first, then we'll, like, you know, go from there. Space dock right here for this guy. And just build this up a little bit more over here. Need to boost this up over here a little bit more with, like, you know, fabricators and, like, you know, organic replicators and stuff like that, so we'll do that with him. Yeah, I was gonna keep buying, like, you know, foundries over here in Island to get this guy basically up and running. Alright, we're furious. I want to build this headquarters at some point to get more, like, morale base for my other guys if possible. As well as the, intel bonus. I'm trying to build that fabricator right now, I think. Ability is basically up right here, I think, right now. That's fine, I was basically throw everything in there for now, I guess, that's fine. Let's build a fabricator basically over here in Hasley at some point, so let's get those basically up and running. Alright, so basically again we're gonna build like our ships over here, so we'll build base and these ships over here. No problem, we're gonna build these basically up, it's taking a lot of terrain basically build these up as well as deuterium, so it's costly basically building these ships, but they're worth it to basically build in the long run. I'm probably gonna have to upgrade the drain mines for this guy at some point, but we'll get to that when we get to it. By the way, we built this guy here, so we can basically send him around to
Affirmative.
make his way over here. I think to start colonizing this sector over here, perhaps. So we'll do have him. It looks like this guy's finally get over here to terraform these planets over here if he gets a chance to. There's a wormhole down here, by the way. I want to try and get to it when he gets a chance to, but we'll,
Affirmative.
we'll just be a little bit getting to it, I guess. Our wormhole right there as well. It's kind of odd that the wormhole isn't next to me in this game playthrough because, we expand so much of the area, but I guess the wormhole's basically down here in the south of the quadrant, so to speak. Blah blah, we give some stuff to Phiori over here. Nope, I was going to take a while to get this guy to like me a lot, so... Just going to keep, giving him stuff to basically, make him happy with me. There we go, Brane's starting to like me a little bit more as I give him money. Nope, by the way, about the Phiori, I'm able to basically give those guys basically, more than, it's money because basically I'm, friendship with them, so if you have, better trees with these guys, you can actually give them, more stuff to make them like you as much, so I'm able to give this guy both, credits and, titanium as a result of him being in a friendship agreement with me. So that's the nice thing about, the Phiori right there, being friends with me right there. Let's get that stuff basically up and going. Let's upgrade these right here. It's gonna take a while to build this foundry, it's basically up by hand, but oh well. Island will basically slowly be up and running soon, I guess. Let's see here. We're gonna build this basically up over here, I think. Build a space dock basically up. Build those up. Merger over here can basically build up some more stuff, I guess. Let's get some director basically going over here, I guess, to get more stuff basically to run around with. I've got to get a space dock over here, so let's get that right there. And then this guy can just work on building more intel, I think, for now. Alright, so over here in the Borkum, I can basically build an army of ships, I guess, so... Yeah, note by it takes away resources by quite a bit when I basically build these basically up, so... Right, and like, it's like, a huge amount of like, credit-based abilities things, but whatever. There's my like, my new cruiser classes, by the way, ready to kick some ass. He's got some fleets around here, apparently. Right then, let's see here. I'll note by the way, like, these like, new colony ships I see building. The purpose for them really like to go to sectors that you have to like, fully like, terraform all the plants and like start to get them like up and running. That's the plan of like, the colony ships I see building from here right now, so like, get them running around like, colonizing stuff for me. If it to like, fully colonize. So apparently he'll up his like, little scout here eventually, but whatever.
This system will be colonized.
Alright, so I want to up with like, Caldria over here. We're gonna colonize it with one of these like, powerful like, vessels I have, like the short range like, colony ships right here. I'll note that when I basically colonize this sector, it's actually gonna be like fully like, built up for the most part, with like, my sort of like, building schematics, so to speak. So you get to see what that's all about. Alright, I think this outpost is very dead. So, let's just watch it get blown up, I guess. Fight. Yeah, I can see like this thing's gonna rip apart.
We claim this system in the name of the Rotharian Star Network.
External Affairs has a message for us.
Now, I'll note by the way, you want to be very careful about like losing your outpost because your people really don't like it when you lose an outpost. Even more so when you basically like lose a battle as well. So basically lost 8 morale base from that little like, thing right there. That was the outpost right here by as well. So I actually lost like my my field of territory over here as well. So that sucks, but whatever. So I know basically there's like some like, aliens over here apparently, so watch out for them. Now, I will note, by the way, I do have access to, like, these cruises now, so I might be able to do something about those, like, aliens at this point, so let's just send this guy's over here, perhaps.
Affirmative.
I think for the most part, I basically colonized most of like the planets basically up here in like the the north, except for like over here. Interesting. Something happened to the Brane warships. They got blown up apparently.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
We're gonna send this guy basically over here to colonize this planet, by the way. I think. Alright, so over here in Caldria, by the way. Note that when you basically colonize with like the the better like advanced ships, we basically get more and more like stuff basically built up here. I basically have access to like 6 basically of, like all the like the stuff basically built for like resources and like basic like production like elements. I also start off with like 12 billion population, which is nice to see as well. So lots of like stuff built up for this guy right here. It also has upgrade to like level 2 like organic repairs and battle repairs and stuff like that as well. So really nice. Let's upgrade this guy a little bit more, I think. Now I gotta be like handle for the most part. I'm getting more gifts apparently, so that's nice to see, I guess. One of these systems is gonna have like crystals apparently. So who's the guy of crystals? I guess I want to get guys like be my crystal planet in the future, but for now I guess we'll just throw them on like someone else. So we'll throw the crystals here for now, I guess. Yeah, there's like the crystal I just got from the Heon, by the way. So yeah, note that it's hurt a lot because it's like interstellar loss basically each turn. So I don't usually use interstellar storage basically outside of, like, you know, giving stuff to, like, you know, other, like, empires and stuff like that, but, you know, it is what it is, I guess. It's a way of, like, you know, transferring, like, you know, resources without, like, losing them, I guess. Or, like, you know, having to, like, do, or, like, you know, methods basically of, like, transfer such and such. Well, I got some money here, so... There we go. This guy's basically optimistic at this point, so basically I'm trying to get in cooperation with him, so... Boom. Well, let's get him 10,000 right there. Cooperate with me, please. They're angry with me, that's fine. Let's try and get him some more money and try and get him to like me a little bit more. And my money started to go down real fast at this point, but you know, it's because I've been spending like so much based on like, you know, aid and like stuff like that over here for these guys, I guess, but whatever. Let's build these basically up right here.
Affirmative.
You're heading over there, it's fine. Right, I can build these in 2 turns now. Isn't that nice? Let's do that for a little bit with these guys here, and these guys can build up something else after that, I guess, so... Boom, that's what this guy's gonna do. Alright, Archer. Lots and lots of organic repairs, but you know, he doesn't really need them by this guy at all. There, we'll do that, I guess, for this guy. Let's get a few more basically built up over here for this guy. Let's upgrade this stuff here and tab it. Upgrade this stuff here in Kajam. Now, I'll not bother at this point. I did build, like, you know, 3 cruisers basically over here in Borkum. I could build another one, but we basically run out, like, you know, of the resources basically build stuff up over here. Note that it takes a lot of direction basically build these, like, you know, cruisers basically building up here, so you have to watch out for that when you're, like, building some of these advanced ships. Like, the basically costs, like, 4 direction. These, like, you know, transfer basically cost, like, you know, 1 each. The air current basically costs, like, 8. The scout costs 1. This, like, fire costs, like, 6. My comm ships basically cost like 5 each. That's something to watch out for, because, like, you know, some of these ships take a lot of direction to build up and stuff like that. Alright, this guy here. We're just gonna drop this stuff here for now for this guy, I think. Build this stuff up here for him. This guy did say colony ship here up at Tevat, but whatever. We got there first, so you know he doesn't get the chance to like to colonize it.
Affirmative.
He's got stuff to colonize though, so he's fine. Alright, well.
Our scientists have completed a research External project. Affairs has a message for us.
I got cheaper ships now, by the way. And nice, I got weapons technology to increase their, like, you know, rate of fire and stuff like that. Let's see here. I like the idea of having, like, better torpedo accuracy for, like, you know, my, like, you know, sneak attacks with, like, my cloak ships, so let's get this maybe next time. And let's boost this basically up by, like, you know, 75% to get start getting it done. I'll note by the way when you get to, like, the late game research, it'll take longer and longer to get this stuff done, but, you know, some of these, like, special research is very, very, like, you know, good to basically get, like, you know, this one right here, so I'm not against basically, like, you know, investing heavily to get, you know, get access to it. Wow, look at that, this guy's offering, like, you know, cooperation here, so, okay. We'll accept that. They're not cooperative, these guys, but you know, they're getting there. Let's keep sending them money each turn. These guys in our turret, so it's going to build up a few more, like, you know, well, maybe not at this point. I'll know at this point, but I'm not really hurrying for food, so we're just going to basically upgrade these guys to, up by, like, you know, just a little bit of, like, you know, food repairs at this point, not really like a whole lot. They don't really need that much anymore.
Affirmative.
This system will be colonized.
Affirmative.
Send this guy over here, I think. And yeah, note by the way, this guy goes so fast, he's basically going to get over here.
Affirmative.
About the same time, like the transport over here is going to get to right here. So, he caught pretty quick. That's the nice thing about having, like, you know, a few moon bases on these guys here to go real fast. Alright, Nox, you're going to basically build up your tritium refineries for obvious reasons, so let's get these going right now. Nope, by the way, I could buy these, but I want to basically save the money to, like, give to the Brane if I need to, so... We're just going to basically build this normally, I think, right here. Actually, let's do this first. We'll build, like, you know, a few fabricators, then we'll build it. Do it like that. Alright, Kintaris, you're doing your job. You still have the manager off here in Kintaris. Being far. Build these basically up right here, I think. Alright, well, I think over here for, like, Yamurga, when I basically get a chance to, we're going to build this, like, you know, direct distribution facility so you guys can supply other people, like, Directrium. But for now, what do I want this guy basically focus on for stuff, basically, is a thing. I guess we'll build some intel centers over here, because why not? This 10 will do for now, I think. Everyone's basically building stuff, I'm quite happy with that, so hooray. Nope, by the way, like Caldria over here. Because we had the outpost blown up, this guy's got really, like, you know, unsatisfied to it, so they went down to 8 effect for, like, their, like, morale. And Island lost, like, a lot of morale basically as well, and lost, like, outposts, so you really want to be careful about losing your outposts, because it basically hurts you quite a bit. I'm actually tempted to, like, just destroy this outpost over here by, like, you know, scrapping it, but we'll leave it up for now, because basically still give me territory and stuff like that. Same as this one down here gives me territory. I may want to basically upgrade into star bases if I get a chance to, but you know, that'll be a little bit down the road.
External Affairs has a message for us.
Alright, so we got some defensive packs offered to us here. These guys are offering me 5,000 credits for a defensive pack for 60 turns. And these guys are looking for just, you know, a defense pack for nothing for 60 turns. I'm actually tempted to take these because if I get pulled into a war, I'm actually more incapable of basically fighting it, so... maybe. We're gonna set both these, like, defensive packs for now, because, you know, a little bit of money and, like, you know, possibility of being dragged into wars is, like, you know, not a bad thing right now. By the way, note that over here we have cooperation with, like, the Phiori to basically, like, you know, agree to basically my, like, pact there. Now they're enthusiastic with me here. I'll offer them alliance, they might be able to accept that at that, like, you know, rating, we'll see or not. Nope, by over in OSET, we basically colonized that, like, you know, last planet over here, and that's basically at full population this guy, so hooray. my scout can just go over here, I guess, to, like, you know,
Affirmative.
explore all this stuff over here. Wow, this guy's taking forever to, like, you know, grow up and stuff like that, but whatever. I really want this to be some building population, this guy, so I can basically, like, you know, get, like, you know, a space dock here to go to, like, you know, Al-Kuriad, but whatever. My new colony ship got here to Zyborg, so let's get this guy to do some terraforming.
Select a planet for terraforming.
Won't take him too long to get this stuff done. And over here with this guy, who's going to build up some fabricators and organic frame generators, so why not? Let's do it with them. I guess over here in Uxelia, we're just going to build some more, like, you know, intel centers, so let's do that with them. And by the way, I'm building lots of intel centers because basically, like, you know, ups my, like, you know, my intel, so basically we can, like, do that a little bit down the road, like, into, like, you know, bomb other people. It's gonna be a while before I can basically do it, but, you know, I want to get it done if I can. Get some more colony ship facing from this guy right here. I still can't get the tablet of this guy, but I can get up here to, like, you know, MNR if I want to, or other places.
Affirmative.
So this guy basically down to Arcturus, I guess.
Affirmative.
And it looks like those, like, you know, things mostly off over down to here, I guess, so... It's a little bit too strong for my ships, I guess, to fight, but, you know, they're down there, I guess.
Affirmative.
Ooh, these guys here, I guess, for now, it's to be, like, you know, sort of in my territory and stuff like that. I need a little bit more to build these basically up, but whatever, that's fine. Let's build these basically up like this for now, I guess. We built the Temple Survivor over here, by the way, so there's this thing basically giving me a nice little boost to, like, you know, internal security bonus now. Let's build this basically up here, we'll build this basically up right here. Build that up right there. Yeah, I'm fine with building that stuff right there, I think. Alright, Kokios. What do I want to do with this system? I'm not really sure, but, upgrade his fabricator, I guess, will be what wants to do next to this guy. Alright, well, this is going to be it for this episode, I think.
Affirmative.
Well, this guy basically explore around here a little bit. This guy can keep exploring around here. At some point, I want to basically jump to this wormhole to basically, like, show it off a little bit, but, you know, we basically hold off on that for a little bit, I think. I think everything's basically looking pretty good. So, a little bit of, like, you know, shipbuilding this time around. We got ourselves some, like, you know, new snazzy cruiser I can, like, run around with if I want to.
Affirmative.
And let's go from there. So for now, take care.